Well, we're here at Tone Tech with Charlie Kay, ace bass player, to talk about this bass that's been fitted with the Sever Innovations Tone Up 3D bass bridge. Charlie's had this for a few weeks, stroke months. She won't give it me back, but she's going to tell us a bit more about how she's found it as a player, and I'll explain some of the technicalities behind the bridge. So Charlie, when you first picked up this bass with the new 3D adjustable bridge on it, what did you notice?
Well, at first sight, it just looks like a regular bass bridge, vintage Fender-looking bass bridge. But on closer inspection, it's obviously got the rollers on the saddles, which weren't something that I'd come across before. The height adjustment screws are inside the saddle barrels. Why is that?
Oh, that's a clever change to the standard setup. A lot of people who play standard bridges, particularly on Fender-style instruments, the screws stick up, and if you rest your hand on the bridge, you get sore on the back of your palm there. So if you're playing a lot and you use that area to dampen the strings, you're going to end up with what's often known as Fender rash. This way, those screws sit deep inside the barrel, and you've got a lovely smooth surface to rest your hand on when you're playing.
So why is stainless steel used on every part of the bridge?
Well, that's interesting. Sever from Sever Innovations examined lots of different materials, and he found that stainless steel rings at the right kind of note to work with a bass, but the transmission of sound through the steel is extremely fast, so you get fast response, good attack, and also great sustain from the bridge.
Right, like a good conductor.
A good conductor of sound indeed.
Cool. What are the lines for on the bridge plate?
The lines on the bridge plate are where the intonation screws are going to slide backwards and forwards. So the height adjustment screws will sit in those slots, and they will stop any vibration from side to side, which means that your sustain is just going to carry on and on and on as the string's vibrating. It just eliminates the damping of the strings.
Yeah. So is it easy enough to replace your existing bridge or retrofit this bridge?
It's designed to be easy to refit. So if you've got a guitar with a standard Fender style bridge, then you can just take these screws out, pop this one on, the screw holes are in exactly the same place. The plate covers a slightly bigger area. You can screw it down, get it all working, and then if you come to sell that bass in the future, you can reverse the process, take your nice stainless steel bridge off and put the old one back on again.
So when you pick up the bridge, it's really quite light. I thought heavy duty bridges were better.
It's a common misconception. The heavy bridges you see on basses are made from quite poor quality metal, so they have to have a high mass just to work. If you use the correct geometry for the design and the correct material, which we talked about, stainless steel, then you can produce a lightweight bridge that will resonate, ring just at the right frequencies for a bass. So it's down to, there's a slight arch in the underside of the plate to press it onto the top of the wood on the bass body. That's enough to give you superb connection with the rest of the bass. Charlie, you changed the strings on this bass a little while ago. How did you set the bridge up?
Oh, well, I set the string width first, which was really simple because you just roll the rollers on the saddles with your finger. Obviously use a ruler to measure the distance. And then set the string height, the intonation, and tune it. It's just one really simple added step.
So once you'd set up this bridge on the 3D bass bridge on this instrument, how did it affect your playing?
Got loads. I've had a bit of difficulty in the past playing Fender style, P&J style basses. And I've never really understood why, but through this bridge I've figured out that it's due to the string spacing. On the Fenders, they're normally, well, on any P or J style bass, they're normally set at 19mm, the string width, whereas on the Warwicks that I'm used to playing, it's normally about 16.5mm, so that 2.5mm makes a huge difference in your playing for your right hand and your left hand.
Well, I know you've taken this bass out to various jam nights. What do other players make of it?
Well, firstly, I'm often asked, like even at gigs where people don't get to play it, who it's made by, and it's a good-looking bass. But secondly, when people do get an opportunity to play it at the jam nights and things like that, they've always said how easy, light and fast it is to play. and it's always a topic of conversation for. They don't understand why, and I can explain. You know, I've set the string spacing to make it nice, light, and fast, and easy to play.
A big thanks to bassist Charlie Rachel Kay for road testing our Tone Up 3D bass bridge. If you'd like to buy one or find more information, it's available on www.tonetech.co.uk or email me, bill@tonetech.co.uk.